3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's about good. Greetings, Gordon. Can you hear me all right? Yes, you are number one in the stream. Can you hear me? Just fine. Just want to make sure. Hey there, Rocket. All right. All right. Well, yep. I'm back. I'm back from my 2-part trip. Had a lot of fun. Filmed a lot of things. Took a lot of pictures. Bought a lot of stuff. Not sure if you guys are gonna see it, but all right. I hope this isn't too late. I know it's unusual. Usually we do some. Oh well, okay, Gordon. It's. I would say, it's at if you think it's slow, it was way slower in the first game. Like if you never played the first game, like if you thought what you're experiencing is slow, Death Stranding 2 way longer, way past the 50 part mark. Like you like it doesn't really start picking up till I'd say like the 70% mark. But like once you get past Mexico, it really picks up, and it's a lot of fun. It is easily the best game I've played this year. Oh, you're still in Mexico. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I promise once you get to the next region, I promise you it'll pick up. But yeah, Mexico was really just a glorified tutorial section, kind of like similar to the tanker section in Metal Gear Solid 2. It's like it's getting you used to the mechanics, and then once you get to Australia, it lets you go, and then it really gets going. But yeah, but I hope you guys have been doing well. And there's 4 of you in here, and I only see 2 people talking. So heck, if you're in the stream, say hi. What is the very first PlayStation game I ever played? Easy. Actually, I have it right here. I mean, it's a generic answer, but you can't think of a better one. There it is. And this is an original copy of Final Fantasy VII, not a greatest hits. This is an original. Yeah, my brother showed me. Yeah, he brought me he brought over a copy of this. And the cool thing is, like, even though I couldn't play it, he would always bring it over, and I would just be fascinated by the box. Like, I would just be fascinated. He would explain all this stuff, and then when I actually got to play it, I knew that's what made me a story-driven gamer for life, which is why, to this day, this is literally the single most important video game I've ever played. If I didn't play this, then probably I still wouldn't be into gaming. What does 5 stars get you in Death Stranding 2? It gets you the most level of experience. Yeah. So, like, if you get 5 stars, you pretty much will get the most amount of experience for that person you delivered for. And so the more 5 stars you get, the faster you develop a better relationship with that person, and then the better stuff you'll get. So that's pretty much all it is. It's just the amount of experience. Have I played The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? No. I have only played 3 Zelda games in my life. That's Link to the Past, Oracle of Ages, and Oracle of Seasons. And that's it. But I have not played any Zelda game in like 20 years. Battlefield 6 is back to its roots. They made the older Battlefield games great. Was never really a Battlefield chillax, but if you say so, okay, I'm glad you're having a fun time with that. I'm still waiting for my copy of Gears to get here, and it has been sent. I thought it was going to arrive today, and I think had it arrived today, I would have streamed it. But it didn't. So my guess is it'll probably arrive tomorrow, and I'll see if I can beat it on PlayStation. Because when I played it on Xbox, I just couldn't finish it. I just got bored of it, and I just couldn't get why people thought Gears was all that great. But I don't know. Maybe playing it on PlayStation, maybe I'll appreciate it more. But how have you guys been? What have you guys been over? What have you guys been up to over the last week? What have you guys done without me? Solid Snake versus Agent 47? That's not a. Oh god, Solid Snake would demolish him. I mean, Agent 47 isn't even that good of a fighter. He all he does is just stealth kills and take people's identity, which I don't know how. I mean, that's what he does. But I mean, he might be some super soldier, but Snake's dealt with worse things than that. What is my favorite film of this year? I'll be honest, I actually haven't seen too many movies, but God, I think I've seen only 2 films this year. So I guess by default it might be Superman. Like I think I can't even remember. I mean, that's sad. That is sad. Yeah, I gotta double check. Like, yeah, that's sad. Like, people really aren't going to the movies anymore. They really aren't. I haven't. Wow. Let's see. Nothing in January. Yeah, nothing in January. Nothing in February. Nothing in March. Nothing in April. Oh wait, no, I take it back. Yeah, okay, 2 movies, but one, I'm not sure if I should count. So I've seen Revenge of the Sith when it came out April 25th, and Superman. And I think the only other movie I have on my radar is probably Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I'm looking. It's like only 2 movies. I don't. That's sad. That's sad. Yeah, I didn't see Fantastic Four. Not seeing Freakier Friday. Then I go into August. Nothing in August. Going into September. Nothing in September. And Avatar. That didn't even bother. Not seeing Tron. I don't want to see Tron Ares. I'm not interested in that at all. And then Mortal Kombat 2 come October 24th. That's it. 3 movies this year. Revenge of the Sith, Superman, and Mortal Kombat. Yeah, because I know there's nothing in November for me. And then nothing in December. So, wow. I think this is the least amount of movies I've seen in 1 year in a very, very long time. But, like, just not interested. What is my favorite Star Wars Legend story character? Oh, easy. Kyle Katarn. Easy. Easy. Like, if I could pick a Jedi Master, like, of all time, it would be Kyle Katarn. That is who I would want as my Jedi Master. Easy. What is my favorite lightsaber design? Ooh. That's a good one. That's actually believe it or not, it's actually a tie. I actually have it. It's a tie between. It's a tie. It's actually a tie between old Ben Kenobi's lightsaber. So pretty much the lightsaber he has like near the end of the Clone Wars, all the way through his death, and Qui-Gon's lightsaber. I think this is just a beautiful. It's so very simple in design. And I can't think of any other lightsaber that has like a red, like that red butt. It just sticks out so much. And I love these like little, these kind of like skeleton cells. I love these. And this is definitely, and you can tell, like there's some lightsabers that are like very good with one hand. This is definitely meant to be held with two hands. And I love lightsabers like that. There's a lot of lightsabers that aren't like that. Like I think something like I think that's Shock T lightsaber, that's really meant for one hand, and I have like an apprentice lightsaber, that's for one hand. But yeah, I really like lightsabers that are like they're really meant to be held with two hands. I mean, you technically can do it with any lightsaber, but there's definitely some that have like they have a longer hilt, and they're meant to be held with two hands. So yeah, so it's definitely this one or old Ben Kenobi's lightsaber. Although I think yeah, I'd say. What's your favorite lightsaber hilt? Black Wolf. Do you think Joe Cash should have been in Ant-Man and the Wasp? Black Wolf. I don't know who that is. I didn't see that. I have not seen a Marvel film in a very, very, very long time. So I have no idea who that is. Do you think of Titan Maximum got season 2? It's been a hit. Black Wolf, I don't know what Titan Maximum is. I've never heard of that. And hey James, how are you doing? The only film to make $1 billion this year is Lilo and Stitch, and the only other one will be Avatar 3. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Hello Judas, or is it Justice, or I don't know, Phillips, the Cartoon King. Well, aloha. So I'm guessing you're from Hawaii. So welcome. Joe Kestis was a robot that was created by Ultron 8 in the comics. Black Wolf, I have no idea who that is. I have not read a comic book in quite some time. Titan Maximus was a parody show of Voltron and Power Rangers created by the same team behind Robot Chicken. Not ringing any bells. Your favorite lightsaber hilt is Obi-Wan. Really, Unc? Oh, that one. Oh, I got that one. I like it too, but this one's down. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're talking about this one. Yeah, I like this one too. But, like, you can clearly tell, like, just from this section here, it's meant to be held with one hand. I mean, you can hold it with two, but, like, I wouldn't want my hand being too close to the blade. And, like, that's a very, very, very just small, like grip guard. I would not want, like if you hold it, it's weird. Like, he holds it like this, so he would keep one here, and that's it. But that's too close to the blade for me. I mean, it's worked for Obi-Wan Kenobi, but plus these things, like, this one is actually movie size accurate. Like, these, like, a couple of these ones are, like, buffed up because they're God's edge. This one is actually movie accurate, and these edges here are sharp as hell. So, like, you'd cut yourself. But yeah, I like this design too. But I definitely do like his I like his Master Blade a lot more. Have I ever watched Ben 10? No, Chillax. I cannot say I have. That never seemed like a show that was for me. XR Coons was epic. Yeah, the sabers, the double-bladed saber staff. Yeah, XR, that was definitely a very cool lightsaber. Very difficult to use, which is why he was the only one that could ever really wield that weapon well. First exposure to Star Wars was through Lego Star Wars 2 Originals. What about that's the same lightsaber as old Ben. That's his second lightsaber. Yeah, he's only had 2 lightsabers. No. That one, yeah, I like that design. That design is tied with my Qui-Gon lightsaber in terms of hilt design. That's like kind of semi-tied, but I might give like the slight edge to Qui-Gon. Like, I still want to get that. I still want to get that lightsaber. Like, I have Qui-Gon's, Vader's, Mace Windu's. Pretty sure that's Shaak Ti's. That one's my Apprentice lightsaber, and Padawan Kenobi. There's 3 I don't know if I mean right now there's 3 lightsaber designs I really, really want, but I'm wondering if having 9 lightsabers is too much, because I have 6. So I'm wondering, and what color would I get them in? I don't know, because I got green, red. No, I have, yeah, green, red, purple, blue, another green because that's my favorite color, and pink. So I don't know if I should have 9 lightsabers. That seems much. That seems like a bit much. Did I ever watch the Teen Titans cartoon series? No, I did not watch the Cartoon Network version, but I did watch the CW version, the first version of Teen Titans, the one that would play on WB. But no, I didn't watch the Cartoon Network version. I do recall there was like an episode where they crossed over though. But yeah, and that's the version the why I associate with the main team, which is why I'm not a fan of Cyborg being like a member of the Justice League. I just kind of feel like he's better for the Titans in my opinion. He's a better Titan than a member of the Justice League. Man, man, we might have a quiet one today. Not many people are showing up. Who is my favorite Marvel team? Oh, X-Men. No question. X-Men is my favorite comic book team of all time. What if I could pick any team to join between the X-Men and the Avengers and the Justice League? X-Men, hands down. The X-Men is actually a team that is trained to operate like a team. Not like the Justice League, which feels like a bunch of gods, and the Avengers who spend half the time trying to kill each other. Like, they spend more time fighting each other than they do villains most time. Which is why some of them are better on their own. But, like, the X-Men is actually a group of individuals that spends a good amount of time actually training to operate and use their powers in conjunction with each other like a team. Like, and that's why they're my favorite. Technically, he had 3 lightsabers because the attack. No, no, it wasn't. No, I don't think that wasn't an upgrade. That was the same design. He just, yeah, his Padawan lightsaber is the same as his Jedi Knight lightsaber. That's not an upgrade. That's not a. No, he's only had 2 real lightsabers. Okay, there's the master one. It's not. Yeah, dude, I'm looking at it. It's not really an upgrade. I'm looking right. It's not. Yeah, the one he's yeah the. It's not really an up. No, it's literally the exact same design. Like, I wish I could pull this up. Like, there's no real difference. Like, I'm looking. Yeah, it's like, yeah, like I'm looking at the hilts. Like, yeah, there's episode 1, there's episode 2, and there's episode 3. 1 and 2, like, it's the same design. I'm really not like the. Like, the ignition switch is the same, the grip is the same, the pommel is the same. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, there's no difference. I mean, it's interesting he stuck with that lightsaber for so long, but yeah, no, it's the same. Do you think that the light spear or light pike is a practical weapon? I think it can be if the pike itself is made out of a material that's like lightsaber resistant. And I know there are some users that do have them that actually can extend, like they can shorten and they can say, because some people can actually hold their lightsabers like this and then they can extend it to like a spear. So yes, I do think it is practical, but if you make the material out of something that's lightsaber resistant, because then that can be a very useful weapon. Do you think Sony will ever go back to one of their franchises they haven't done in games for years? I doubt it, Chillax. I highly doubt it. Do you think the Crime Syndicate would stand a chance against Spawn and Ghost Rider together? No. Spawn. You don't even need go. Oh my god, dude, the Crime Syndicate would lose to like. Are you teaming up Spawn and Ghost Rider? Because that's overkill. There's like, dude, Penance stare to all of them and they're all dead. And Spawn literally has killed both God and the devil at the same time. I mean, Spawn would smoke these guys. What is my favorite Attack of the Clones tie-in game? When you mean tie-in game, do you mean like specifically Attack of the Clones, or like a Star Wars game that can kind of take place in that era? Because there aren't. I don't think I've played too many, and I can only think of like one definitive Attack of the Clones game that I own. Spawn is way more OP than Ghost Rider. But I'm also saying Ghost Rider could also. I mean, Ghost Rider is pretty powerful. I saw the Death Battle matchup. I mean, Ghost Rider could put up a really, really good fight against Spawn, but like, just by themselves, both Spawn and Ghost Rider could wipe out the Crime Syndicate by themselves. So if you're pairing them together, it's like overkill. Like it's so overkill, it's not even fair. Like I would feel bad for the Crime Syndicate. Did you know Marvels in the 90s made a Spawn spinoff named Nightwatch? No, Chilex, I did not know that. I did not know that at all. I'm surprised no one's mentioned that in the back. That's going to be for another video that I tried to film, but I didn't get a chance to because we got outer, you know. I don't got enough sunlight, and I definitely need to get another light to film. I need to get one eventually. Guess what? The God and Satan that Al killed were imposters. He did later fight the real Satan, and with God's help, after he gained the Sword of the Spirit with the sword alone, Al would win. Yeah, I know, but you know, it was still a pretty interesting fight. If Final Fantasy VII had an anime in the 90s, would I watch it? In the 90s? Anime? I have to say no. And the only reason I would say no is because I don't think I was watching anime in the 90s. I didn't even discover Dragon Ball Z. Like I think like a lot of people my age, we didn't get interest to anime until Dragon Ball Z. And that wouldn't have been until I was 12. I was 12 or 13 when I discovered Dragon Ball Z. So I think about the 90s. No, dude, I would have been obsessed with Power Rangers. Like, Power Rangers, I would say Power Rangers and, like, Batman the Animated Series and, like, Spider-Man and the Hulk and the Fantastic, like, all those animated shows and Pokemon, those shows dominated my attention during the 90s. So, no, if it came out in the 90s, absolutely not. I would not have been, I mean, absolutely not. Did you ever consider watching One Piece like 15 years ago? No, I still have not watched One Piece. I've seen a couple episodes of the live action version, and it seemed okay, but I wouldn't say it wasn't so good that I felt like I needed to watch the anime. I was like, okay, I can see this is kind of goofy, and I can see why people like it, but it's not. I can't see myself being a big fan of it. So yeah, I don't think I would have been a One Piece fan. What the hell? Can you name one time you went overboard in my Versus series? What do you mean overboard? What do you mean? What do you mean overboard? Like I don't know what you mean, like overboard. I don't know what you mean. From what I've heard, the One Piece manga won't end until 2034, and in the anime 2035. Wow, another 10 years? Well, then I guess they got a lot of work to do. Like I mean, can you imagine one time you felt you put too much effort into an episode? Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. 2 times. Um, I would say the Cole versus the first Cole versus Delson matchup. That video was like 30 minutes longer. Like, trust me, dude, there's a lot I cut from that. Like, that was, I think, to this day, it's like the most frustrating matchup I've ever worked on. And even still, that video was longer. It was like an hour and 20 minutes. So even by today's standards, it would have been longer than the Kyle Kestis and the second Kyle Kestis versus Galen Merrick, the Starkiller matchup, and that was an hour. Definitely, but to be fair, to this day, it's still like my highest viewed matchup with over 350,000 views, and like I've been trying to capture just a small percentage of that for the other matchups, and it's just been going downhill ever since. Like I'll be honest, like I think if the viewership for like the first match of this season had been significantly higher, I think all of these matchups I've done up to this point would have been longer. I think it was just like people don't want these hour-long matchups. They want shorter videos. And like it's been going down ever since. So that's why I'm like I'm going to do one more long video because I just like there are no number of matchups I had planned this year that I can't just because it just didn't feel right to do a shorter version. Like I had like Sephiroth versus Clive. That I would have absolutely not want to do a short version of that. I would have wanted to do a long version of that. There's like 5 other matchups. There's like I gave up on doing I think it was Delson versus Alex Mercer. That would have been a long matchup. But yeah, I think because people want the shorter versions, like a lot of matchups got switched out. But in terms of Overboard, yeah, I would say that one just because even in the form that it's in, it was so much longer. And even I thought at back, I was like, we got to take out like 20, 30 minutes down. So there's like a whole half an hour of that matchup that nobody will ever see. I still have the full like hour and 20 minute version, but like none of you will ever see it. Who's my favorite Tommy Oliver Ranger? Ooh. It's still Green. I'll say this. I think Green is still my favorite Ranger version. But I will say my favorite version of Tommy Oliver is Dr. O from Dino Thunder. So, yeah, I separate. Like, his favorite Ranger form, Green. But my favorite version of just Tommy would be Dr. O. I just felt like by that, I felt he was good in the mentor role and it didn't surround Tommy. Because once Tommy showed up... It became the Tommy Show. They could have called it Tommy Oliver and the Power Rangers, and I don't think anybody would have argued. Because he was the only real badass character. And I think it's the only time where a Red Ranger had been demoted. like Jason lost his job. It's like, I'm sorry, but you can't be the leader of the Power Rangers anymore. I mean, you're cool and all, but Tommy's a badass. He don't need the other Zords to form his own badass Zord here. Like, your little T-Rex is, like, mini compared to his Dragon Zord. I'm sorry. Like, Jason, you cannot be a leader anymore. I think that's the only time that's ever happened. Taking place in the era of Star Wars. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, if we're talking about that era, I would have to say... Yeah, that's a good question. I would probably say Jedi Starfighter. I think Jedi Starfighter is probably the best Clone War, like Attack of the Clones era focused game. But like, there's a bunch of other games that have moments that take place in that area, like the old school Battlefront 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, I would definitely say Jedi Starfighter. I saw that there will be another live action Silent Hill movie come out in January. Really? Wow. Okay. Have I watched Inuyasha? Yes, I have. I saw the entire first run, but I saw a little bit of the sequel series, and I hated it. What the fuck is... What the hell is Sesshomaru doing having a child with Ren? That has got to be probably the single most disgusting relationship I've ever heard in fiction. Next to Batman getting Barbara Gordon pregnant, which the fucker who wrote that, I want to punch him so bad. That is disgusting. That is not cute. That is not interesting. That is the single most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. And I've seen a gay porno seeing Batman fuck Superman, and I wasn't even that disturbed. I was just like, beat that. And I was like, no, Barbara and Batman is, ugh, just disgusting. I guess all that hard work paid off. The original, yeah, yes, it is. It is the gold standing, but I wouldn't attempt something like that till Cal Kestis versus Starkiller, and I'm still mad that more people didn't see it. Like maybe I should have promoted. I should have paid like $100 and promoted that video, because that video in terms of time length was longer. Like I was able to do that over the course of like maybe 2.5 weeks. Cal Kestis versus Starkiller. That was an entire month working two full-time jobs. So, like, I literally did nothing. I didn't have time to play games. I didn't have time to work movies. Like, if I was not at work, I was working on that video. And I did all the research and all the game playing and all the image capturing and all of that entirely myself. I was still disappointed that more people didn't see it. Like, maybe if it blows up soon, I'll feel happy about it. But, like, I'm still sad. Like, that totally messed me up for this whole season. Yes. Dino Thunder was my favorite season along with Beast Morphers. Really? Beast Morphers? Really? I could not get into that. But yeah, Time Force and Dino Thunder, those are my top 3. Did I visit the Super Saiyan restaurant in Orlando? I've never been to Orlando, Rashad, but I would like to. I saw Power Rangers coming back in the highest budget show that might have been a serious tone like the 2017 movie. Yeah, I saw that too. I kind of wish they made a movie of that. That would have been cool. Yes, I hate to tell you this, Black Wolf, it does exist. I'm not interested in that shit, but I was just like, I wonder if it actually exists. And it does. And I'm like, I'm not into this stuff, but like, this doesn't disturb me as much as Batman and Barbara. Like, I was like, okay, I saw Spartacus, and you see a lot of guys fucking other guys, but that was normal back then, so, you know. And I heard they're doing like another stupid Spartacus episode. I was like, oh god, you cannot do that now. And I already know what they're doing, and it's already shit. It's already shit. Yes, James, it was better. It was a hell of a lot better, minus the sex. Just take all the sex scenes out and just focus on the plot, which they do have plots, and that is considerably better than what the fuck Zack Snyder did. Way better. So the Xbox console releasing next year apparently will be called Xbox Prime? Really? They're doing another console? Wow. Microsoft will not give up. Okay, well. What's your most hated couples in fiction other than the one you mentioned? Most hated couple? That's a good one. Damn, that's a tough one. I'll have to really think about that. Ask that again, like in... How much time we got? Yeah, ask that again, like in 5 minutes. I'll think on that. Would you become a Spartan with a 300? Yep. Even though I know I'm gonna die. You know what the funny thing? A lot of people don't know this. But if you go to if you anybody does any real like history looking on the Spartans, you would realize that the Spartans realistically, more than likely, were an army of homosexuals. I mean, if you look at their training regimen, it was meant to build like the most masculine homosexuals that the world's ever seen. Like, I mean, even their training session from like age 7 was called the Agoge. Like, that's literally what it's called. And like, you weren't even allowed to get married. And if you did get married, you would never see your wife in the daylight until you're like 30, and you were only home simply to just produce the next generation. Other than that, even teachers were screwing their students. Like, it was weird. Like, the Spartans were weird, but like they were like total badasses. People don't talk about that. Would I like to see a parody of Children of the Corn? No, Black Wolf, I would not. Would I be interested in joining a SWAT team? No. SWAT? No, not interested. Too low key. Not badass enough for me. Ever played a game called Apocalypse starring Bruce Willis back on PlayStation? I think I saw a video from a series called What Happened that talked about that game. But no, I never played it. Yes, have I seen the parody 300 Meet the Spartans? I'm ashamed to say yes, I have. And I saw it in theaters. And I saw it with a friend of mine who I would later find out was actually gay later on. But like, you know, we were cool for a while. But like, yeah, I have seen it. What do I think of the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake? Rashad, I have no interest in it at all. I'm sure a lot of people are playing it now. I'm sure they're having a great time. But this falls into the category of games I will never play. Not even going to waste my time in thinking about it. If people want to play it, that's fine, but I have no interest in touching Metal Gear Solid Delta. It is just not for me. It's hard to believe that much of the same methods used to train Spartans are used in modern military. Yes. Yes, Black Wolf. You know your history very well. That is very true. There are still some, like the whole thing about drilling and all that stuff, that still carries on to modern army training. Very true. Would you have your own farm? Nope, I am not a farm guy. My dad was, but I am not. I am definitely a city boy, or at least a small town person. But I'm not a farm boy. Mm-mm. Did I watch Shin Godzilla or Godzilla -1? No. I think the last Godzilla movie I've ever seen in theaters, I think it was probably the American 1998 version. I don't think I'm the biggest Godzilla fan. and the fact that, yeah, that's very true, Black Wolf. Do you think you could survive a more ruined area? Probably not. I don't think I'd last very long. Do you think you'd last very long? And we still got about 20 more minutes. Not really. I think very few could. You guys got any questions? I'll talk about, and I can talk about this a little bit later, but I want to show you guys something. When I was at Universal Studios, I got to hang out with Rachel again. I think you guys know this, and I picked up a couple things. They were pretty cool. Can anyone tell me what this is? Can anyone guess? You wouldn't have Godzilla or King Kong as a guardian? No, dude, because they're gonna wreck everywhere I go. Like, I can't even have a house. Like, if Godzilla was outside my house, he would flatten 20 houses plus the local park in the baseball field. I mean, what am I gonna do? I can't even drive my car. Every time he stops, he's gonna cause an earthquake. I can't even go to work. What if you told Warner Brothers for Zack Snyder to do Batman v Superman when he wanted to do Man of Steel 2 instead? That makes more sense. I would prefer to Man of Steel 2. Biggest flaw in Prisoner of Azkaban. No, James. It is not. It is actually a popcorn bucket. Yeah. That I'm not sure if I'll ever actually use this to hold my popcorn ever, but I just thought it was cool and it was only 20 bucks. So, I don't know. Makes for a cool display, but, you know, I just... And the other thing that I got was... a Super Mario dinner plate set that cost 20 bucks. So inside there, I got like 3 plates that like if you go there, they have like specialized plates that they use. Like this is like a set of those plates. So that was very nice. And I had some spaghetti, and that was very good. I think Gorgie Center might have coded with Guardian anyway. I think Man of Steel 2 with Cornell would have been awesome. Yeah, possibly. A popcorn bucket shaped like an astro globe. Awesome. Yeah, I thought so too. Have I seen or heard of the original plan Jack Slayer had for the DCEU? I hope you haven't because it's stupid. I have not heard of what it is, but I will take your word for it. Played the Outer World games? No, I don't think so. I'm fairly certain I haven't. So, no. Like, and also, MTS Con, he got this, which is pretty cool. A Frog Big Boss. That's cool. I'll be sure to share these when I do my MGS Con 3 experience video. And then I got this really cool hat. It's cool. That's cool. And it says MGS Con 3 on the side. And this was the weirdest thing. Like, it was like this. Like, I thought this would be bigger. It was like a little backpack. Like, it's pretty cool, but like it's kind of like a mini backpack sling. And I think I got like a couple other things, but like, yeah. Like, I really thought this would be bigger. So. I associate with that thing with Star Wars Firefly, and I think it's a good thing that DCU didn't adapt Reign of the Superman, including Hank Henshaw and Mogul. I've heard Firefly is really good. Is that true? I've never seen Firefly. I think I've seen its movie tie-in, but I've never actually seen the show. I can't remember what the movie was called. I saw it once and I just thought it was okay, but I wouldn't say I was a Firefly film. Have I ever seen King Arthur 2004? Yes. I really like that movie with Clive Owen and Keira Knightley. Yeah, and a few other people. Yeah, I've seen it. I really like that movie a lot. Yeah. I can quote that a couple of times. There's a couple of key lines in that movie that I can quote from time to time. Yeah, I like that movie. People have completely forgotten about it, but I really liked it. Tell me now what you see. Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Which one? I think that's a line from that film. That I think so. I'm trying to think. What's one? Oh, good. And the plates fell over. I'm trying to. What's one of my favorite lines from that film? I'm trying to think. Damn, there's so many. uh, that was the part of King Arthur's soundtrack. Okay, so it was a song. Okay, I thought that was a line. I was like, oh, that could have been a line. Yeah. Favorite funny villain from Power Rangers? Oh, easy, Luthor. Easy. Luthor was hilarious. I didn't find Luthor threatening at all in Ninja Storm. He was just hilarious. He was just hilarious. He was a funny guy. But yeah, definitely Luthor. Don't even need to think about it. Funny, not threatening, just funny. Was rooting for him a couple times. You guys got anything else? We got about 13 minutes left. And then I don't know, I'm gonna rest a bit and then get things ready for me to start filming a couple other things. Hmm. Yeah, it's real quiet today. Favorite Camelot and King Arthur movie? Okay. I don't. I don't know if this counts. I don't. Okay, here's the thing. It's not. It's a movie that's in that time frame, but I don't. I don't think it connects with. It may connect more with Camelot than King Arthur. But here's a movie that I love from my childhood that doesn't get a lot of credit. Not sure if any of you guys remember this film. A movie called Dragonheart. I think that has ties with Camelot in a sense. And then when it comes to King Arthur, it wasn't really a movie. It was a TV series called Merlin, starring Sam Neill, that had a really good Arthur in it. But yeah, I think that's the closest. Have I ever watched the Hannibal series? No. But Matt Mikkelsen? No, I've never seen that. I like the movies, but not enough to watch a TV show on it. I mean, that's why I don't watch Dexter. Fastest game I've ever completed? Oh. Damn. I wish you had said which was the fastest game I've ever platinumed. I could give you that. But completed? Maybe. Well, I mean, maybe. I want to say maybe Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, because I beat that game in like 4 hours. Best Devil May Cry game? Devil May Cry 5. No question. No question. Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, specifically. Oh yeah, Merlin was one of my favorite childhood TV shows. I'm not sure if it was a show. I think it was either in 2 parts or 3 parts. It might have been 2, but it was like they were pretty much like TV movies. You don't see too many of those nowadays. Like they would come out with like these long 2-parters, which were like TV movies, but they had like really, really solid quality and like phenomenal acting. Like they had like a really, really good cast. Like I know there's like a 2-part version for like Julius Caesar that is like really, really good. You said Rise of the Tomb Raider is the best Tomb Raider game? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is a definitive 10 out of 10 for me. Uh, the the reboot Tomb Raider game is what made me a fan, and so I'm more of a fan of Survivor Lara than superhero Lara, which is why I've only really liked those first three those three games of Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Which I think Shadow of the Tomb Raider is definitely the worst of the three, but I still think it's a great game. But yes, Rise of the Tomb Raider is definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. You got Devil May Cry Special Edition on PlayStation 5 for a good deal. Yeah, I think you told me this. 15, 16. Yeah, that's a great deal. That is a great deal. That is money well spent. Ranking Uncharted games worst to best. Okay, well, I know I've already done this video, but if we have to do it, it would go Golden Abyss. Drake's Fortune. Uncharted 3. Uncharted 4. Then Uncharted 2. So from best to worst, it would be 2, 4, 3, 1, then Golden Abyss. My favorite Wolfenstein game is the New Order, but not to shock you because you like New Colossus. Hey, dude, New Order's great. Definitely, New Order's great. Saw a 1980 movie called K-19, starring Jim. Is that Widowmaker? I've seen that. I think K-19 Widowmaker. Doesn't it have Liam Neeson? Yeah, I think so. Maybe wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. That definitely sounds familiar. I think that has Harrison Ford and Liam Neeson in there, and they pretty much are like a bunch of. They have like these really bad Russian accents. They're speaking English and they're trying to have Russian accents, and it's kind of hilarious. Yep. Yeah, K-19 Widowmaker. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that plenty of times. That's my favorite submarine movie. My favorite video game of all time is Halo 3. Okay, understandable. I think Halo 3 is great. I definitely think it's the best of the Halo games. No argument for me. No, not that. It's called K9. Oh, wait. Okay, is it about a dog? I don't know. Your favorite game is Uncharted 2. Understandable, I think. Yeah, Uncharted 2 is definitely, it's one of the all-time bests. It's definitely a 10 out of 10. Right under Rise of Tomb Raider. Okay, K9. Okay, so it must be about a dog or something. Because I thought you were talking about, like, K9 Widowmaker, which I still think is great. Alright, you guys got anything else? We got about 6 more minutes left. It's an action comedy buddy duo about a police. Okay. Alright, well, that makes sense why it's called K9. I've never heard of it. I made the mistake of playing Uncharted 4 first and the others. That's why it's my favorite. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I get a lot of flack for putting 2 over 4. But I'm telling you, 4's final boss fight was crap. That was like a glorified cutscene. Like, it didn't feel like a boss fight. Plus, the main, like, is it just me? Or does the main boss, I can't remember what his name is, he looks like The Miz. That always bothered me a little bit. He looks like The Miz. And I didn't like how the final battle was basically a cutscene. Like, if you're going to give me a final boss, give me an actual final boss. That's something that the first game did, the second game did. Not so much the third, because it was weird. I was like, how the hell do 3 bullets sink an entire city? Like, what is going on here? Wolfenstein games from the last decade make me think of Battlestar Galactic Civil War from Star Wars. I could understand why you would think that. I could understand that. I never thought that. It felt more like, I forget. There's this TV series that does that. I can't think of what it is. Your favorite Resident Evil game is 4, both 4 and remake. Well, real Resident Evil 4 is my 5th favorite video game, and only one of 3 games in the history of gaming that have ever legitimately scared me. But to be fair, 4 was my introduction into Resident Evil, so it OG, the real Resident Evil 4, will always hold its place in my heart. But to be fair, Dead Space 2 does make Resident Evil 4 look like an amateur did it. But, that's, no harm, no foul. Still an incredible game. I still play it at least once every year. And I've been doing that for 21 years. My favorite hack and slash is Devil May Cry. Okay, understandable. Mine would probably be something like God of War. Probably... Although I think overall God of War Ragnarok is an overall better game with a better story, I think that 3 is better just to pick up and start playing and then just go around and kill everything. Doesn't need any real depth. It's just, he's just out there just killing the gods. Not trying to do anything special, just kill everything that comes in my way. Not trying to help anybody, not trying to save the world, just killing these gods in as brutal fashion as you want. But I will say, the opening of God of War 3 was incredible. The Poseidon fight is still like God of War 3 has much, much better boss fights. It's not even close. Those boss fights blow anything the newer God of War games ever did. They never had boss fights that had that level of scale. Your favorite Ratchet & Clank is Going Commando? Okay, that's great. Mine is Crankin' Time. Love Crankin' Time. Easily the best story of any Ratchet & Clank game. Easy. Anybody else have any final questions? Because we got less than 3 minutes to go before I gotta log off. Who would win, Dante or Doomslayer? Which Dante are we talking about here? Because we got different tiers here, man. There are very different Dantes. Have I ever gotten Gears? My copy should be arriving tomorrow. I already know it's already been shipped, and so... But the problem is that with my double back-to-back work schedule for 4 straight days, the first time I'll get a chance to actually play it won't be till Tuesday. So I can't play it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. It's going to be Tuesday. Tuesday morning at the earliest. Because the Nazis as an empire and the hero group consistent the international fighters. What about Indiana Jones? No, I think I'm on the verge of maybe giving up on that game ever coming. Maybe I'll play it next year. It's like at this point I wouldn't even review it. Like it's been way too long, but it looked all right. Maybe I'll get around to playing it in different backgrounds and buy it. I don't want to buy, dude. I don't buy unless it comes with a collector's edition. I don't buy games. Like that's just me. Like unless I can guarantee it's a game I'll love. Like, I'm very picky with my games. Like, and even if I get it, like, I'll hold on to it for, like, months at a time, and then I'll buy it. Like, Death Stranding 2, same thing. You're talking about, oh, my lord, DMC. Oh, God, Doomkiller will rape that son of a bitch. He's dead. DMC, that's not Dante, man. That's Bob. Don't ever call him Dante. Don't ever call that goth-looking, disease-ridden asshole Dante. That is Bob. That is Bob, man. That is not Dante, man. Will it be a 10? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. From what I've seen, Indiana Jones at most will be a 7 or maybe 7.5, maybe 8. It looks fine, but it doesn't look like one of the best games I've played this year. Highly unlikely. It looks like it'll feel and play a lot like Chronicles of Riddick, which at most those are like 8s. And hello, Wing. Good evening and good night, because I'm about to sign off. But thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully nothing happens, so we will be back to our normal schedule next Wednesday at 4:30. Maybe do it a little bit earlier, depending on if anything happens. And I'll be sure to catch you guys later. And thanks for stopping by. And you guys stay awesome.